Hey everyone!
Hey everyone!
Say hello in the chat so we know there's people here. How are we all doing? We're here to spill the tea.
On reality.
Literally, figuratively, metaphorically. How are you all feeling about Eurosong week? We're three entries in, 3 days in. Joe, this is a problem because Connor and I have both lost our glasses. So
yeah, and this like
the computer's really far
miles
away.
back, and I'm literally like,
when Alex arrives, maybe she can help us to read the comments.
yeah.
We'll say hello to a few people in the chat. Hello, is that
Hello,
Tesco
everyone.
calling? Hello, Tesco.
Tesco.
Kian, good to see you. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Sean. Dan, Sandra. Oh, this is fun because we're streaming simultaneously on YouTube, Twitter, and we think Instagram.
Yeah,
So,
Instagram seems to be working, so.
Iconic. Oh, okay, so is the Instagram chat different?
It must
be.
Okay.
Sorry,
We're still getting used to this.
Tech Queens.
YouTube, Instagram. YouTube and Twitter is popping up, but Instagram isn't.
Okay, but Instagram's there. At least we know it's working.
Ian said specifically the bread aisle. Oh. Are you working, Keen, or are you like shopping?
I thought Keen was a magician, I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
Because
because it says magic.
I think his Instagram is him doing magic tricks.
It says magic, yeah. Keane Lamford
He's
magic.
He's like genuinely, I think, one of our first Instagram followers.
Oh no, definitely.
I think our first or second post on Instagram, I remember, or like no, our first episode, Keane left us like a really lovely comment, just saying like he enjoyed the episode basically, and I always remembered that. I was like, thanks, Keane.
Hi guys.
Oh, he's shopping.
Hi, Lauren.
Hey, Lauren, that's the crack girl.
Our revenue queen.
Owen Curran, hey. I love this at Éirevision community. I recognize like everybody's names. This is mad. This is mad. Watching
Alex,
you
are you ready? I see you prepped. Right, she's ready.
Miss Basmati, Alex Basmati. Oh my God.
Hey.
Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. Hello.
Hello. I like the
NFL.
God, I've lost my words. Jesus Christ. I don't know if I lost my sight. I've lost my vocab. It's giving Travis Kelce or I don't know, sports, some shit like that. I don't know.
Different team. But true.
Can Instagram see Alex actually?
Let me check. They can. I can see the little video.
Amazing. Okay, so it is working. It's just
working.
the chat. That's
it is
fine.
Hi, Instagram.
Sorry, we've actually been neglecting Instagram. Hi, Instagram.
Japanese Atika USA, I think I'm pronouncing that right. I hope we don't have a situation in this year's Eurosong where the famous act wins, even if they don't have the best song, Wild Youth all over again. Powerplay for the win. We'll have to wait and see. I don't think that could happen this year. I think it's going to be much more open.
Oh, we have to be so careful because there's like 3 more acts to come. We're so terrified we're going to accidentally say the last act because we do not do on the Éirevision podcast is we do not leak.
No.
Okay.
We know how to shut our mouths. Some people should learn that also.
It's so unfair on the artists to whoever has done that. It's just not fair on anyone. It's not fair on us. It's not fair on the public. Just stop it. It's so annoying.
It's just like it's not in the spirit of Eurovision to be going doing that. Like if you're trusted with that information, like that's sacred. Like keep it to yourself, you know?
Yeah. Be in on the secret, absolutely. But there's no need to share it.
Jaden asks, were we not meant to have 2 today? Sorry if you've asked this question, LMAO. I think at one point we thought there was 2 today.
Because last year, Wednesday was the day where they did 3 acts. But to be honest, it's a bit of a kind of, take it each day as it comes.
I think it's like Tetris sometimes for them in the Ray Darcy show to see when they can fit in acts and when suits them and stuff, especially, when people could be calling in from all over and stuff. So, yeah. Powerplay is so far my fave. Lyra, say it.
Lyra.
Lyra. Someone's going to
get it. We said it.
Someone's going to go on Discord now and be like, Éirevision said Lyra are doing it. I actually love Discord.
It's so funny. Japanese Atika USA. Do you think Sergio will be approached the stage or representative again this year? We'll have to see. I think it's very much so up to the act who they want to approach. Someone could have their own team already. I would be jumping at the opportunity to work with Sergio if I was given the chance. So I would believe like an act should approach Sergio. But then again, it's up to them. They might have a Sergio themselves already, do you know?
This is true. Lauren, it's Layla Jane edition comeback.
No.
Ah!
You know what? Wild is a great song. Like the studio track is so well produced. It's kind of the funniest part. Like it's a great song.
And what about the live?
Next question.
Hello, Eurotrip podcast bestie.
Hi.
Connor, are you able to scroll up on Instagram? Sorry, there was something there. There was 2 comments. The Nunny Brainy, you guys have smashed it this year at making the Irish section so much more interesting and current. Thank you so much
for that.
Yeah, I feel like this was always the goal with Éirevision from the beginning. It was like, plug that gap. Like, there's no one covering Ireland enough. Like, that's what the 3 of us are trying to do.
Especially when it's good. You know, the last 2 years have been like the standard has increased so much. And I think so far people have definitely been saying that Eurosong is, you know, reaching that standard, if not exceeding it from last year. So that's our goal, to promote this.
There was a comment on one of our YouTube videos and it really made us chuckle. It was like, I'm living in a world where Ireland and Malta have the best national finals so far. And I was like, yes.
It's so true.
Sebastian says, had a hard time ranking Reylta and ADGY. Bobbi's my favorite so far. When the violin came in, my head, God, I need glasses.
I know, sorry. It's so hard to see this.
He said, this is like thunder. Time is like thunder. Time is like thunder.
I love that. Oh my God.
Me too, Alex.
Time. Did that make it through to the final? Or did
I think that NQ'd, sadly.
I think it NQ'd. Remind us in the comments, but I'm nearly sure like that was on my playlist for years after. Great song.
Yeah. But to circle back to Eurosong chat, we are so back. We are back. Ireland's not here to play. Before we get stuck into each like entry we've had so far and stuff, wherever you're watching us, write in, I guess, how you guys are all feeling about the selection so far. Maybe some of you think we're overhyping it. Maybe you don't think it's that strong. Maybe you think it's a 2-horse race. Maybe you think it's very clear so far who should win. Obviously, we're only halfway there, so it's early days. Connor's giggling.
I'm just like, be careful what the fuck you say on the stream, because we could get into so much trouble.
Embargo
broken. Like, oh my God. And like, we keep our mouths shut. That's the problem. It's like, we'd be the bloody ones to, I don't know. Anyway.
Sip that tea, Connor. Sip that tea.
I need the energy. There's about 3 sugars in this tea. Like, oh my God.
He's a trooper, guys. Guys, hearts in the chat for Connor, please.
No,
hearts
for everyone.
There was someone, Sandra said, did you see ESE Tom's videos so far? So I haven't, but we have a group chat with Tom, so we've been talking to him about the entries.
I saw Bobbi. I think I saw Reylta as well. Yeah, should we watch the last night, Alex? So
yeah, I've seen both. And ADGY isn't out yet, I don't think. Well,
that's what he's doing now. He's grafting. He's
grafting away. He's probably editing as we speak.
Yeah.
Niagara Falls.
Sandra says Tom was thinking too much fire on stage will be overkill. If that were to get to Eurovision, yeah, probably. I don't think we'd have the budget for the fire either. You know, all with Bambi this year had to be used in the correct way.
I feel like fire, like it's just not trendy anymore. Like, you know, Fuego, it was a long time ago. Let's go into another element. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd love it to be, as I said on the podcast, like more narrative, like telling a story. It could be like a real old-timey love story or breakup or something. Like, I don't want it so literal. You know what I mean? Because it is a beautiful song.
And actually, lovely staging for that would be like a circle of lights around Reylta, but it just harks back to Bambi then, doesn't it? But then I suppose like Celtic elements can be reused in a Celtic song, so nothing to say that Reylta can't use it. This is helping us to read it, Connor. Alex, if you can help.
Yeah, do you want me to read them out for you?
Yeah, if you can.
Okay. So the one that's just gone up there from Cian said, if Reylta goes to Basel, I can see a sunrise over the fields of Ireland on the LEDs. The mountains on the stage will have their moments. Oh yeah, because we have those mountains, like the LEDs
He's
in the
touching.
stadium.
Robbie asked if you scroll back up on
sorry.
Instagram, will Ireland manage to be one of the only national finals this year to have no disqualifications / withdrawals? Don't jinx it, Robbie. We're halfway through the week.
Oh my god, we can't.
I'd love to see what would happen though, like if there were a withdrawal or
Yeah, because we'd be down to like 5
would
or
be 5.
whatever.
Like, would we have a wild card? I'd love a wild card.
I'd have a few in mind.
Oh, definitely. There's one in particular.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know what those two are thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to have seen that in the mix. But anyway, Adam P. Hello, Adam. Arguably the use of fire that was a make or break in Germany staging this year, though, really elevated it.
You know what? That is true.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just saw Eurovision Wood Project's username saying Reylta's favourite so far. I've always wanted to ask Eurovision Wood Projects, are you doing wood projects? Because you've been following us for 2 years, and I've always wondered.
Where does the
are you a
wood come into
carpenter?
play?
Are you a carpenter?
Maybe he's carpenter. I don't know. Is there one song tomorrow and 2 on Friday? I don't know if we can.
I don't think we can
You'll find
say.
out in the morning.
You'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, give it.
Is
like
it a male? Is it a
minute.
female? Is it a group? Is it a puppet? You know, you never know with us.
So far of the 3, it's been a great year for the girls. 2 out of 3.
Are we doing male?
Who knows?
Another non-binary artist? Who knows?
A group,
Yes.
perhaps, even though that's been debunked by Ray Darcy, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ray Darcy spoiling things. James says, just catching up on your podcast this week, still smiling after listening to Bobbi. If we were deciding on enthusiasm and personality alone, it would be Bobbi all the way. She's adorable.
I concur, agree.
So sweet. Absolutely obsessed with Bobbi. Japanese Akita. Can you tell me if I'm pronouncing your name right? Because I'm really intrigued by that. Celtic music isn't appreciated in Eurovision. Let's learn our lessons from the past in order to improve.
I don't think Celtic music isn't appreciated. I just think there probably hasn't been good enough quality. When the way people talk about Riverdance, that's proper Celtic. I know that's 30 years ago, but you know.
When you think of like Heartbeat, Mess,
Dervish,
then would that be?
Dervish is horrible.
I actually really like Dervish, but like it was atrocious live. But...
Also, Ryan Down and Only Love Survives, rotten.
It's like Celtic though, like
a little bit.
Oh my god, I love that one. No,
I knew
Of course
you
you
would.
did.
Of course you did.
No, he ate with that. Like, I love the goofy dancers. Like, I don't know, it's so camp. I love it.
No,
I have a question, guys. Sorry, from Noah, and it's a good question.
Yeah, I was
So
just going
Noah
to read
said,
that.
You said people are going to go wild for the big artist. How wild do you think people are going to go?
Can I just say, people took that video so seriously. Like Alex Connor, didn't we make that in like less than 2 minutes?
Less than 2 minutes.
That it was whatever came.
There was a bit of acting involved as well.
Yeah, like we literally were just like, let's do this for the crack.
Yeah.
Didn't really think about what we were actually going to say about the artists. So, and it's chopped up as well, might I add. So like some things that we're saying for one artist might overlap into the other reaction.
People read too much into that. And
Yeah.
like, people thought we were doing it in order of the release, which we just didn't do. It was totally random.
Yeah.
See
whoever remembers.
There was someone I saw on a forum somewhere, someone was dissecting me and Alex using the word they.
Yeah.
And they were like,
yeah.
"Oh, is it not?" And I was like, "No, I was just trying to hide the gender." It was, I think I was talking about ADGY, and I was trying to hide the gender because I wanted to say, "Oh, I'm glad he's back," but then I thought that might have been obvious that it was possibly ADGY.
Yeah.
So that's just why I said they. It ain't that deep. No. But in terms of going wild, Connor, I feel like you were saying that with like you were being truthful, but there was also like fun injected into that.
Oh no, absolutely. I think in general, I think the public will be really excited about this big name.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean.
I think it's going to be in the headlines. Like it's going to be
definitely
across 100%. The headlines in Ireland over the next 2 days.
100%. And as well, I think like some people have latched onto this like wild card name that RT. Remember, Michael Keeley said it in his interview with Ray Darcy, like the RT wild card, and it was like headlines everywhere with this wild card. It's literally the same system as the last 2 years of having like a fast track entry. So it's nothing.
I'm pretty sure it was Ray who suggested the wild card. Like he was the one who said it. And then Michael was like, I suppose you can call it that. But yeah, it's just the fast.
Ray just be saying things.
You
He
do
just
be
saying things.
Yeah,
you
what
know?
are we thinking of Ray Darcy this week so far with the like topics? I think
Genuinely, I've turned it on at like 3:45 and then turned it off at 4. That's genuinely how
Oh
it's
my
been for
God.
me.
Neve said, "Are you surprised we took it seriously? Love the acting gang." Some people took it seriously. Some people took it seriously.
Guys, should we win an Oscar or what's the
Yeah.
My
thought?
friend rang me and was like, "There was no way in hell that was real. Your acting skills are atrocious. No iftas for you."
I thought that was about the Harvard one.
The Harvard.
Na, 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 na. Well, we were doing that.
Oh no, I think he just meant them in general.
Oh, in general.
Okay, okay.
Shout out to Luke, voice of
Shout out,
Éirevision.
Luke.
We are not addressing specific names in the chat. Don't start
No,
asking
don't
us
ask
that.
us names
No.
because they're probably wrong.
Apart
shout
from
out
Layla
to-
Jane.
shout
Layla
out,
Jane.
shout
Yeah,
out to
we
Miss
will
Bobbi
address
Arlo
her
who has
only.
joined.
Bobbi Arlo.
Oh my god, hey!
Hey, hey, hey.
Legend that is Bobbi Arlo in the chat.
Iconic. RT have been on some. I can't fucking read. Lads. RT have been.
have been
on-
on some track from 2019 to 2024 for coming last to 6th.
Sophie Lennon's here. Hey, Sophie. What's
Sorry,
the crack?
Bobbi Arlo on Instagram. Don't lie, guys. The big reaction was from me.
Ah!
No
I
comment.
mean,
We cannot comment
I mean-
at this time.
you'll have to pay me.
Yeah. Our friendship will be over apparently though. Remember in the interview she
No,
said,
she said this relationship,
"Oh, this
will
relationship.
be over.
Okay, okay."
This-
Eurovision Wood Projects. My name is John Cahill. I am from. I won't say that just in case it leaks anything. Like your location.
Launch it.
You didn't answer the question, John. She wants to know what the Wood Projects.
No, I
means.
remember your
Where does
song.
wood come
I
with it?
enjoyed your song, John. Thank you for sending it on. I was just wondering what your username means because I've always wondered, were you a carpenter or something? I don't know. Oh my god, is that right? O'Shaughnessy's mom,
I can't say
What?
that.
Janice.
Oh,
hi,
how are you,
Hi,
Janice?
Janice.
His mom or his auntie? When we were promoting the Ryan O'Shaughnessy stuff last year, she was liking and sharing everything, being really supportive.
Bobby, Revolut incoming for the truth spill.
Oh, Sophie Lennon, so excited for Eurosong. Sophie, who are you liking so far?
And
And remember, one of the Eurosong acts is in the chat.
yes.
Mhm.
And Sophie, how close are we to getting you to Eurovision? Are we nearly there? 'Cause
Can
we're
I be
excited.
really honest? I genuinely googled Sophie's the other day to see what age she is. She'll be of age next year, I'm pretty
Oh.
sure. She's turning 16.
Okay, we're waiting her entry.
Woo!
Let her cook. Let her cook.
Let her cook.
Let her marinate. Sophie, submissions are October. Don't forget. Oh my god. I'm enjoying the chat. We haven't
I
even gotten
know.
to songs yet, but
It's annoying
we'll
that
address the
Instagram's
chat a
not
bit more.
popping up because I'm finding it hard to read the one. Let's see.
Alex, are you able to pull them up? Oh no, sure you're no, don't worry. You're
What-
on
what were you
on
looking for?
mobile. I was just gonna see if you could pull up the things because Connor and I can't read them without our glasses.
I
have my spare
have
inside,
the
but I literally
comments
look at
here
Harry Potter.
beside- I have the comments here beside my screen, so I can
Oh,
read them.
Okay, you don't have
But
to
I'm
click
in
to
the
read
app.
it.
Okay.
Oh my god,
Um,
Sergio has just joined.
Sergio!
Sergio
Oh my
Hayek,
god, hi!
legend,
We love
icon.
you.
Like bow
Thank
down
you.
to Sergio.
Sergio, remember where you got your big break.
Yes.
Come back.
Oh.
Claps in the chat for Sergio,
Yes,
please. Claps
please.
in the chat for Sergio.
Snaps for Sergio. Snaps for Sergio.
Snap, 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 snap. Oh,
Wayne says I would love Sophie Lennon to enter.
Who
of
wouldn't?
course, why wouldn't?
who wouldn't?
Yes, he makes wood projects.
Thank you, John. I've always wondered. I'd love to see one of your creations someday. I
I asked my mate from college to go to Eurovision 2026. Ooh.
You'd have
What
the
did he
inside
say?
scoop then. The
Or
inside
what
scoop.
did they say?
Actually, Alex Connor, if you guys were to enter Eurosong, just say for the purpose of this hypothetical that you're a solo artist, what kind of song, like vibe staging, would you guys go for?
You
We'll
go first,
start.
Connor.
Oh, of course, I knew she'd say that.
Oh no, I can go first. I can
Yeah, you go first.
'cause I have
don't
an
know, I need to
answer.
think. I need to
Okay,
think.
it would have to
Oh my god,
be.
ND is here from K Money and ND.
Oh my
This is such a
Hey.
star-studded
All the
audience. Hello.
Hello.
Sophie's working on it.
Yes.
Yes. Sophie Lennon.
We'll be awaiting the entry.
For the YouTube and Twitter followers, Sophie Lennon says she's working on it.
That she's 16
Woohoo.
in September. working
Connor
on it.
D from Next to Mine. Oh
Hey!
my god.
Oh my
what's the
god,
crack?
we're having like Eurosong throwback right now.
Okay,
with
so
everyone.
previous Eurosong acts, since you're here, put your like Okay, one of two things. Either put advice in for Bobbi Arlo, who's currently in the chat for Eurosong, or just give us some Eurosong tea, please. We're all friends.
Give us stuff that like
Just
went
the
on
juicy
backstage or
stuff.
anything like that. We want to know.
Yeah. Anyway, what kind of Eurosong entry would you have?
Oh, I don't think I could do up tempo because I feel like that's always really difficult to execute on Eurosong. I'd probably go with like a really strong ballad with like epic staging, really dramatic builds,
Anthemic, like emotional. Okay.
Oh no, not
Like while
We
you're
Are One.
no, a ballad.
Yeah, but like not like meaningful message shit. Like, do you mean?
okay.
Yeah,
Deep and meaningful and like reading into the lyrics, Okay.
Yeah,
I get you.
Don't put that in my head. I left that in 2023. Like,
Sorry.
So did we all.
Connor D from Next in Line said, just enjoy the moment. It is genuinely so much fun. But also for your own sake, do not read the comment section in the lead up to the night. Very true. Very true.
Especially like Euro fans, for the most part, there are some crazy ones, but most Euro fans will support you. But like local viewers, they don't care. Like they will say whatever.
Yeah.
So that's very solid advice, Connor. Very solid. Alex, what kind of Eurosong entry would you have?
Well, you would know this. It would have to be a bop, up tempo. I'd be lip syncing for most of it, but like it would look amazing.
You'd look fabulous.
I'd have a lip sync scandal, but it would just add to the drama. And then
it's literally just like your performance as a karaoke in Whelan's.
Yeah, I'm just describing me on a karaoke night, which is like not actually really singing.
We've seen this.
I just like to dance, but maybe I can be your backing dancer, Connor. Maybe
from my ballad.
Lou. I can do
Alex. I can like Irish dance.
Yeah. Or maybe Lou. What would you do then?
Oh,
what would be your song? Can I dance behind you, or is that also in the picture?
God, what would I do? I think like literally just it'd be a Lou move. It would have to be in Gaeilge. Like I would just insist, even if it didn't fit the song, I would literally probably shoehorn the Irish language lyrics in. Oh gosh, I don't know. I think I'd go for that like Shabelle, Misha era kind of a vibe, like whimsical.
What does whimsical mean? Because I
like
said it to Alex.
Mysterious, mystical.
Okay,
like,
okay.
ooh, like
Have you ever heard the word? I thought you were being.
That's Alex's favorite word at the minute.
No, that's what I'm saying in whimsical. What the fuck is whimsical?
Yeah, kind of like
whimsical.
No,
fairy-esque, like like Misha.
fairy-esque.
I'd have like an all right singing voice, but I wouldn't be much of a belter, so I wouldn't be doing like a big power ballad. I'd be going for like something a bit more soft, kind of. Yeah, and like a nice, green and gold vibe dress. Yeah.
Japanese Akada USA said Connor and Alex, the new Donna and Joe McCall. Love can get you up, love can take you down.
Love can change the world. This is what about.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
Is
not.
that, are they
I'm up for it. Connor would be the only one not up for it.
That's installed.
Yeah, if you're on YouTube, X, or wherever else you're watching, will you just send us a comment? Because I don't know if it's working still.
Yeah.
Instagram's working fine for us, but
Yeah. Just in
Thank
case we're
you.
missing something.
Kieran said they would give it a shot of going to Eurovision. And then he asked, is Sergio back for Ireland in Eurovision this year? Have to wait and see.
We hope. What Sam said there?
Sam said, this live's audience is full of absolute legends. I want the carnage of all of them joining the stream.
Our DMs are here,
The
folks.
invite's open. Miss Bobbi Arlo. Test comment. Thank you, Myra.
Thank you, doll. Okay, we're good. We're good. Should
Thank
we
you.
should the three of us like go to the start of the week? And I'm mainly saying this so that like we can talk through each day and that we won't spoil the end of the week by accident. Okay, so let's go back to Monday morning. The news broke that Bobbi Arlo was or is.
I was like, was it Bobbi? Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I know.
I lost track.
I really did. You notice I really took my
I was
time
gonna
there?
say,
yeah.
Shout out to Luke, said, God, very fancy new setup. I know. Very good. And Kaylin.
Or it could be
Keelan.
Where's the wine?
I can't see that. Where's the wine to match the discussion? I know. It's midweek. We're being good. Maybe at the end.
It's a Wednesday.
At the weekend. once we get past the week. We'll just see this before we get on. Sorry. Have we heard anything about the Eurosong setup? Is RT going to improve the staging and sound issues from the past?
I'd say, is it staging? Yes.
Staging,
no.
yes. Sound, probably not. But staging, definitely. If you listen back to our ADGY interview, he kind of gave a hint.
He did give a hint.
A little nugget if you pick up on it. And I think we gave a nugget in one of our other episodes. It might not have dropped yet, but we definitely mentioned something about improvements.
We did, or we hinted at something.
We hinted at something. There's little nuggets. I'm sure we'll talk about it more in our like dissection episode coming
we
soon.
Record so many things, I suppose we lose track.
Yeah. Luke said finally got the planning permission for it. Yeah. Took a lot of negotiating, but we got there. Sorry, Luke.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No. I love the comments, especially because we don't get to do this when we're on the podcast. So, like, you know, it's good to really chat to people when we can. And keep sending in your questions and chats, guys. And if we miss like a really good question, just send it again because we'll try and circle back.
We're blind.
Yeah, we're doing our best here. Hearing reports that Storm, I don't know how to say that.
Yeah,
will blow Reila Jane back into Eurosong.
Well, she's on the Liffey Bridge a lot of the time, so you never know.
Yeah, it's the Millennium Bridge. She's always on the one by Temple Bar.
And lads, like I know we kind of like laugh a bit, but like Reila Jane is actually an amazing singer.
Oh my god!
I don't know. Wild was just.
She genuinely has a lot of fans too. Like,
no, she's really popular. If you're ever in Dublin and like on Grafton Street or by the Liffey,
beautiful jazz voice. Like it's really.
She often performs in the Blind Pig, which is a speakeasy at the bottom of Grafton Street. He's great there. You guys are the only international Eurovision podcast I listen to. Much love from Germany.
Thank you.
Hi, Sebastian's one of our really supportive
Danke.
Instagram fans. Danke. Éirevision, the only Eurovision media outlet that casually swears. We're Irish.
I would swear a lot more if I was loud, but I know that the girls are.
You should hear him off the podcast. Yeah.
Like Connor off the podcast, like beep beep beep.
I love that you had to get the swear word in the reaction as well to the act.
Actually I just had the idea for Dustin, so I was like, I kind of want to use it.
We recorded an episode, Connor and I don't want to spoil which one it was, and I can't remember if it's dropping tomorrow or Friday, but it's one of them. And like literally I go to Connor, how are you, Connor? Like at the start of the episode, and Connor goes beep, and I was actually like,
I said I'm bollocks. Lads, like I'm bollocks. It is Wednesday and I'm ready for my bed. Like I'm just gonna tell the truth.
It's
we're not even in February yet.
No. Literally end of January.
We sleep in February and record.
Niamh said, I've been pushing the Éirevision and Eurosong agenda at work. Entire office listens into the reveal on the radio, and then I've been blasting the matching podcast episode the next morning. They're loving the episode so far. Thank you so much, Niamh. That is so nice.
That's so sweet.
Hopefully see you soon. LA Feeney, I can second that. I'm guessing the swearing bit, unfortunately.
Can we address I think it's Carrie or Kari. This is very off topic from Eurosong, but did you hear about Moldova? Sorry, moment of silence for Moldova.
Okay, but Lou, did you hear the news?
Alex,
did you hear the news though?
Did you hear the news though?
They might be back.
What?
Yes. Sorry, I had to break the moment of silence to deliver this message.
They might be back. Oh my god!
Like,
this is an artist saying this now. One of the artists being approached by a sponsor.
No, don't mess with me.
To fund like all the travel and stuff, so they might go to the broadcaster. So there's a chance.
That's Moldova are my favorite Eurovision country. Genuinely. Which other country is you? Okay,
but 2024 though.
What did they send in 2024?
You're one with the brown hair. Absolutely crap.
Banger.
That was actually an alright song. If they gave her staging, maybe they might have done better.
Okay, lads, right. Sorry, we're half an hour in. Let's go back to Monday because we got to talk through the songs. So, chat, stay with us. The roller coaster, lol, poor Lou. I know. Okay, Bobbi Arlo announced on Monday morning. Slightly different way of releasing this year. RT, they're kind of just getting in ahead of crowd, getting the artist out the morning off. I think that makes sense. And then afternoon reveal of the song on Ray Darcy. So Bobbi Arlo, Powerplay, sounded even better than when we previously heard it. Absolutely stunning reaction online. Like everyone seems to be loving it. Chat, let us know what you think. Alex, Connor, What are you thinking now that we can really talk about it?
I hadn't seen a reaction that positive for a very, very long time from a Eurosong act. Um, Everything was positive. I haven't actually read anything that has been negative personally. I don't know if you guys have, but yeah, everyone is delighted with this. I think the eyes are just set on Eurosong and getting it right on Eurosong. We'll see. Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm streaming it now that it came out last night. Yeah, that's all. I'm loving it. That's all I gotta say. Alex?
Yeah, I love it. And when I listened back to the podcast with you guys, she was amazing as well. Such a good personality. And like, I can't believe we have like a brat adjacent act in Eurosong. Like, someone has been listening to all of my prayers, and I'm so happy. And the production on it's great as well. Like, it's not just great lyrics, or it's not just like a great melody. It kind of is the full package. It's just, as you said, Connor, about pulling it off on the Eurosong stage. Because Elsha, for example, last year, fantastic song, really different, but didn't really come together on the night. And it didn't seem really down to her. It was just the way things went. And we heard from Angie on our episode that, oh my god, it's out now, isn't it? I'm so scared I'm going to spoil
I was
something.
gonna say, I was like, oh my god, what name did she say?
Angie said, if you listen to our
We're just
podcast-
going to start saying random names that don't mean anything.
Your man, if you listen to your man on the podcast today, he did say that they get about 45 minutes of rehearsal time, which is nothing. So you just hope, if Bobby's going in with these amazing ideas, that they get delivered, because it should, because it's amazing. Love the song. Like, all of my prayers are answered with that one.
I totally agree. Like, Alex, when you're saying it's a full package, like 100%. Like, it's like the final piece of the puzzle now is just that Eurosong performance. And yeah, so current. Like, you know, we've had Brat Summer, but like equally, Bobby's got this nice balance of, like, you know, being contemporary and on trend, but also just very much being herself. And ultimately, like, that's what we've always said, the three of us, when we talk about like a good Irish entry and good Eurovision entry. It's just authenticity. Like, it's the word we're always banging on about, but it's so true. Like, you know, you can only pretend to be something you're not for so long. And Bobby just really has that, I would say star power, like, just something about her. She's got her head screwed on, good contact. So yeah, I can see the chat here seem to be quite positive.
Yeah, Leah says Powerplay isn't 100% perfect, but it's so strong. It can definitely be competitive. Love it, and also she's amazing. I think that's really important with like Eurosong, is to take it as like a template. It's not like the finished product whatsoever. We saw it last year with Bambi, Brooke the previous year in 2022. 23 we'll forget. But you know, you see the template of what they're trying to do, and then you know, Eurovision itself, they can execute it so well. Sandra says, I think Bobby really gives me faith. The theater background and creativity is there. Oh my god, I can't speak. She said, excellent in interview too, which is very important in promoting the song. Very, very true. Sebastian said, we had Brat Summer. It's time for Power Spring in Brazil.
Brazil?
What?
We're going to Brazil, lads.
We're going all over the world now, Connor. Where were we going yesterday? Mumbai?
Yeah, we're going to Mumbai or wherever it was.
Lou, did you hear?
Did you hear that in the episode yet? I'll explain.
You need to skip to the last 10 minutes, Lou. You will die.
Yeah, no, it was about the guy in our emails going like, "Can you help me support my wife?" Like in our spam.
No.
Have we not seen it? It's got the guy from Mumbai.
No,
We
you
got
need
pen
to
pal.
Yeah, we have a pen pal. I keep deleting him, but like he keeps coming back.
Aw.
Loyal king, like we all need
Yeah.
a man like that.
Owen said Bobby is definitely the best so far. Kieran said Powerplay will make the final. ADGY, I think that says Powerplay for the win so far. Owen says, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but I've been so happy the podcasts are back to keep me going when walking to work. Bobby's my favorite so far, and I'm excited to see what else is to come.
Oh, and I can't see your picture, so
Yes.
like I'm
Let
sure
us
we
know.
do. Also, yeah, it's so nice to meet people out and about. Like, make sure you say hello if
Yeah,
you see us, but always tell us your name just so we can put a face to the name.
and not in the bathroom.
Yeah, not when Connor's in the bathroom.
Kieran said send the Queen. Eleggy said it would be nice if RT put out an official audio cuts of the songs on YouTube or something when the radio release happens for easier access to listen to the songs instead of the weird SoundCloud system.
They did that before where it was on like an article. Was that at the end of the week?
Yeah, it was still on SoundCloud though.
Okay.
I think the release itself needs a bit of work.
That's the
like,
next thing to sort.
Coordinated releases on Spotify and like a YouTube video, just to make sure that one, it's easy to access, and two, that like the fun or the revenue from streams or anything is going directly to the artist.
The artists need to capitalize. Like they're going to get a whole bunch of streams on that in that first 24 hours, aren't they? So
Yeah.
People are curious. They want to hear the song naturally enough.
Yeah. Angus came here for a group therapy after today.
Oh, it's been a long day, hasn't it, in the Eurovision world?
I'm finding it so hard to form opinions on the songs without having seen them live. Yeah, that's very true, especially with Eurosong. Keane said Power Slay.
Hey.
Angus said so far Bobbi is the best, could be a top 10. Ooh.
I genuinely see a world where that is possible.
Yeah.
Actually, here's a question for Alex and Connor and chat joining on this one. How would you like to see Powerplay staged? And I mean, obviously we're thinking Eurosong is one thing, Eurovision is another. What would be your kind of vibe for Powerplay?
I'd love something like Luke Black, like really conceptual, like fun. Obviously not exactly what he did, but that kind of vein of performance I think would be really fun. I loved Luke Black's staging, even though it was like kind of quirky. But yeah, what about you, Connor?
Viviana literally just said it there, like a cyberpunk style, like something really kind of Luke Black alt. I think for Eurovision, like camera angles will be really, really important. Like fog, flashing like laser lights and stuff like that. And maybe a bit of pyro towards the end. Yeah, stuff like that. But for Eurosong, God, like it'd be hard to stage it. I don't know. That's the only worry for me with this. Is like, how do you do this in Eurosong stage?
Yeah, it inhibits it, doesn't it?
I think for Eurosong, let's just focus on the vocal and have like a bit of an LED screen behind you.
Yeah, nearly don't do too much.
Don't do too much, or else it will backfire.
I personally think like this for me, I'd be more keen to see, like, as Alicia Michelle always says, meaningful movement over like major choreography. Yeah. I think you could run the risk of over choreographing this and overthinking it. And I think if we take a leaf out of Sergio and Bambi's book and really focus on the camera angles, and then like good visuals, good colors, meaningful movement, I think that would really elevate Powerplay. For me, Irish Hooligan is the description that Bobbi gave, if I'm correct. Yes, Bobbi gave that description, I think, both in our interview and on the Ray Darcy show. I mean, I don't know about anyone else, but that did make me think of Ailsa.
Oh, yeah. That'd be my worry. Just like, don't go down that Ailsa route.
I'm kind of confused. Hooligan, does that mean like football hooligan? Or is that
I was thinking
like
of balaclavas. I was thinking of kneecap, kind of. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I prefer that because I googled it because I was like, "What is?" And it's all like, you know, English bald men. I'm like, I don't think that's the vibe.
football.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not it.
The lads on the ferry to the Liverpool match, kind of thing.
Yeah, but kneecap makes way more sense.
Have loads of bald men in the audience who like know this shirt on. Like.
We'll get our ball caps, Alex.
Oh my god. Let's start a revolution now. Ball caps for Bobbi.
Look like Pitbull. Actually, a friend of mine's going to the Pitbull concert and she's bought a ball cap. I just think that's really funny.
That's gas.
Anyway, sorry. Are you guys happy with what do you think of our chances if we are? I'm really happy with Eurosong. I think it's such an improvement. Like it's really built, and so far of the three we're all aware of, I think the variety is really, really good. And I think the selection on the whole is varied. I think it's going to be fairly open this year.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Going into it, I think it's open. I think when we come to Eurosong, there's always ones that like pull away, and depending on how they channel the creativity coming into this like small little box of a stage. So we'll see. But I think going in, definitely open.
Yeah. I'm delighted about it. And like you kind of forget we've only learned the last couple of years that, and it's quite obvious, but I think as fans we sometimes forget that we can only have songs that artists submit. So we can like think up these artists. Oh, imagine we had this person, or imagine we had a song like that. But if those songs aren't submitted, like Orchie can't magic them up. So I'm delighted that we have had these songs submitted and that they have chosen them so far. So yeah, I'm really happy.
That was a concern, I think, for us, wasn't it? And for general Irish fans, that like just obviously last year ended up being a bit crazy. So would it put people off? But thankfully it hasn't put this set of artists off.
No,
Yeah.
definitely. Viviana asked for Eurosong, I think the focus, or she said, for Eurosong, I think the focus should be on live vocal quality, how comfortable the artist is, and charisma. Yeah, I agree, definitely.
Great.
Um,
Great comment.
Bonsai62 said Powerplay is serving can't. Bruno said think on should Denise Chila vibes.
Great song.
Very, very good suggestion. Let me go to Instagram for a second. Neve said I'd love to see a take on getting ideas from the Irish mythology. We call in when looking at Hooligan instead of GEA Elsha last year. That's a very, very good point. I hope RT doesn't show blatant favoritism to the fast-tracked artist. I don't think they will. They've never done that.
No, I would say, like, from my view anyway, I could be wrong. I think it's the national media are the ones who can overhype. Like, you know, we saw the what's your man, John Lydon's year. Like every headline was about him in 2023. And sure, he came like what, fourth or something in the end. Like,
yeah.
So you more run the risk of, you know, the tabloids and newspapers doing that, I think. Hello. Don't talk about that now. Like,
oh, do we have to be reminded of it?
Just what was going on there? Do you know? Like, that was just
wild by Leila Jane.
Jesus.
Eleggy said, as long as there's no lazy slow pan audience shots during the Eurosong performance, I'll be happy. It'll completely ruin the vibe.
So
I
true.
agree. Yeah,
the
those
audience
camera
looked
angles
dead last year, and the audience was bopping, but they were just pulling out at the wrong moments.
And also they cut the sound of the audience, so it sounds like we're just sitting there in silence, but we are actually like cheering and like
everyone
I remember
was singing and everything.
I remember Erica like hit the high note and everyone started like clapping and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so
because
like,
you can hear it when the panel are talking. People are like shouting, like it's such a vocal audience that was there. But when the singing is on, it just looks like we're all just sitting like this. You know, which wasn't the case.
Bar you, Alex, you're blown kisses.
Bar me. No, like this.
Yeah.
No, I'll be blown kisses again.
I just remember because Connor and I were sat together and Alex was sat with other friends like on the opposite side. And we
were facing each
other. And then Connor and I were like, oh, look, there's Alex. Where did she get that sign? We were like, what?
You must have been so confused. I was confused too. I still to this day don't know the person who gave it to me, but I was delighted
Bambi's
about
dancers or Bambi's family or something?
It was I think it was Bambi's friends. Like they had brought and pre-made them, which is so smart for any artists who are still here for this year. Like that was a really creative idea that they came up with, and it did get people behind Bambi as well on the night.
Yeah, no, definitely. ESC Journal asked, do you think Ireland can win the contest this year? Who knows? Too early.
Never say never.
Too early.
We're so low on other national final songs too. I mean, I think there's a word.
There's a chance. You never know.
Dublin 2026. I mean, I'd obviously be here for it. Connor would be here for it, as would Alex. 100%. The cameraman for your song needs a smack.
Jesus. Don't endorse the violence on this podcast.
No.
Erica has some very clever camera work too that made the staging feel so much better. I hope we see more of that this year.
That was an entry that I thought was really over choreographed. Like they were doing too much.
Yeah. I think the camera angles were like fine, but it's like you said, the actual like choreography happening on the stage. Like Jesus Christ, there's one point where the dancer goes through like a hoop and nearly took us out at the table in front of us. I thought he was going to land on the table. Like Jesus Christ, like there's just no need for that at all. I'm going to take Alex down.
Someone says, I mean, with all the withdrawals this year, we could be the last one standing. Ireland wins by default. Yeah. I mean, I take it. It's 8. It's still 8.
Yeah.
You know, Sweden can't argue with that.
Angus said the fact that all 3 Eurosong tracks so far are stronger than any MGP song is insane. Such a crazy year. Your opinion? I don't know. Have you listened to Is MGP out? Like, I know the artists are, but the songs out.
I haven't heard any
I
songs.
don't
I
know.
saw the artist last week. Unless there is
Yeah.
stuff out. Maybe they mean UMK.
Yeah, potentially.
Obviously, UMK had its own drama today. Oh my god! I off topic. Did you watch?
You watched Junior because the song slapped, and so did Enya, and won't do amazing in Eurovision this year.
Oh, did we watch
Did we-
Enya?
Yeah, we watched Enya.
Yeah. Enya was great.
Would do
Yeah.
amazing in Eurovision this
I think
year.
like junior entries are one thing though, and Eurovision's another. You know, like
Yeah.
I think the only junior song that I ever saw that I think would contest would be Cami.
Yeah.
Because that was so universal.
Yeah. Definitely.
Will we quickly chat about Reylta?
Yeah.
Because we've chatted a bit about Bombi.
Bobbi.
Bobby.
Bobbi.
Oh my god.
Like a mashup for the last 2
Bambi's
years.
still on the mind.
God, I love that comment. I'm
Also-
not putting it up, but I love that comment.
Where is it?
That one.
Ah!
See?
We see you. Okay, so Reylta. So Reylta, of course, anglicized version of the word star. You would have funny guess. Yeah, so anglicized word of the Irish word star. Reylta is like a folky alt pop, alt folk, I should say. Alt folk queen from Galway, as the Irish Independent coined her. With her song Fire, starts out kind of slow, mysterious, builds up lots of drums into the climax of the chorus Fire. And yeah, so there we have it. That's Reylta's song. Obviously that dropped yesterday. And Reylta chatted about with Ray Darcy and ourselves about like her influences, her connection to Irish heritage, Irish culture. So quite a Celtic vibe. Guys, let us know in the chat what you're thinking of Fire Reylta. I won't say too much because I suppose Alex, we discussed this to us
In depth, yeah.
It was amazing.
No. I was just gonna say, I won't like repeat myself loads, but the one thing I will say is, and I think I already said this to Alex, is that I really like the song Fire. I think there's potential there, but I think this is the one so far. And I worry a little bit for Bobby's song, but definitely this one. I worry for that in the Eurosong studio. Can't really call it a stage in the studio. I think this would actually fare much better by starting out on a Eurovision stage.
I disagree. I actually think this is probably, out of the 3 we've had so far, this is probably the song I think is the easiest stage in Eurosong to a degree. I think like she's not going to be moving, she's not going to be dancing, kind of let everything behind her happen. She just needs to like stand there, focus on her vocal, and let the camera do the work, let the LED do the work, the other components that are available to her do the work. Do you know what I mean? So I think,
Isabella's entry last year, not the same at all, but she was quite static, and we know what the camera works like in Eurosong, so that's just kind of what worries me.
yeah, I think if this were to have like Connolly camera work, potentially, I think it could do
that's fair,
wonders
actually.
for it. So I think it depends. See, I think Isabella was still like up tempo. This is very much like a dramatic ballad.
True.
So yeah, I think with this one, it's probably easiest stage, maybe potentially. But again, it goes the risk just based on our chat with Reylta of doing too much.
Yeah,
that's my concern with it.
What do you think, Alex, of Fire?
I love the song. This was, I think, when I listened to all of them at first, the one that stuck out the most. I love big flourish. That's what I said on the podcast at the very end. Like, it really builds into something really beautiful. And I also love the verses. I think they're really special. I'm not so concerned about the staging. And one thing that was brought up in these comments that I also agree with is it does get quite repetitive towards the end. And particularly when it gets to, you get the last like big powerhouse Fire, and then it like repeats it. When you watch the wee wee blogs reaction, actually, it's a really good example of they thought the song was finished, and then they were like, "Oh, she's still going," and it was just the vocal, and like there was no backing to it. So the last like 15 seconds, again, just I don't think on the studio track it needs to be there. However, I also thought the same about Midnight Summer Night when it came out. I thought it was quite repetitive, but Connolly did a fantastic job of like bringing those beautiful vocals and opening up, and like every second was used on the live show to add something to the performance. So I think there is a possibility that Reylta can do something similar. I'd hope to see her like really showing off her vocal. And yeah, I really like the song. Don't worry too much about the staging. Again, I'd love like some really cool narrative of like a dancing couple that she's watching on and singing to. But yeah, overall, I think it's a good song. But Bobbi is definitely a cut above Fire at the moment for me.
Very fair.
Sorry, I'm reading the comments in my head. Yeah, a lot of people have kind of the same opinion. Elegis says the verses are much stronger than the chorus for Fire. If we have the same sound mixing, the big notes in the chorus could fall flat and not sound big enough. Bruna said the beginning to knees touching sounds like Irish blah, knees blah, Irish blah. I like Fire, but it gets a bit repetitive towards the end for me. Danny said, I think Fire is the easiest to pull off live that could work in its favor. Angus said, I wish he was singing Oscuelga. Beg she Evad Nis Far. See what else? I fear that Fire would probably non-qualify.
To the people saying it wouldn't qualify, though, if it did, I think it could do really well at the final, because obviously ballads who do manage to get through, I think, will be really rewarded by
I agree,
juries.
and it stick out as well. Like,
yeah, it just depends. Will the public vote for it? I think because it's so Irish, they might. So
this is what we should be doing. You know what I mean? Like, I think it makes sense that this is here in our selection because no one else can do Celtic like we can. You know, was it last year in the German selection there was like a Celtic kind of a song, and I felt a bit possessive. I was like, excuse me.
Kean said, with Ryan being involved with Fire, I don't think he'd let it go to waste. He'll do as much as he can to make it good, hopefully, anyway.
Ryan O'Shaughnessy is like a very trustworthy person in terms of projects, so that's a very good point, Kean.
Can't see that name. It's all very
Firewood
NQ. Emmeline Kennedy said Fire would non-qualify. Yeah, I don't know. We need to wait and see. I think we're dealing with 3 qualifiers at the moment.
Yeah, I think if you had all like the vocal great, performance great, I think it would be a pretty safe qualifier. Maybe I'm being delulu there, but again, I think it would be more if the vocals fell or the visuals weren't alongside it.
I heard a giant cake is going to feature in the Eurosong staging for Fire.
God help us. God help us.
Stop the lights.
Neve said, I'm interested to see how the staging looks. It was lovely. Just felt it wasn't giving enough in the middle and towards the end by the song itself.
So true.
Always Be a Panda. Love that name. Her song gives me lots of Aurora vibes. If she is great live vocally, she would have a great chance. Sandra said, I think Reylta needs to tell us more about her background and experience because I like the song, but the strength of the performance worries me. It's hard to sing live.
She is quite good live from what we've seen, isn't she?
Yeah.
If you look at her Instagram, I don't know how much is still up there in her highlights, but we saw some videos of her really belting. Seems quite strong.
ESC era, was there any talks of stage directors, etc.? Is the same director for Bambi returning? I believe Bobbi has her own creative director at the moment. Reylta, I don't believe mentioned anything, or ADGY. But ADGY has a little team that he worked with him before, so I think some of them are back for this year.
Shout out to Carlos.
So yeah, one to watch. Sergio isn't returning at the moment, but look, I don't think he was even with us for Eurosong last year, so don't worry just yet.
Campaign, guys.
Yeah,
you know,
slide into
give him a follow, give him a like. You know.
Yeah.
Shawnee said, what's your favorite song to date in Selection Ireland?
Will we circle back to that at the end
Yeah,
after we talked about ADGY? Which actually probably moves us on nicely to ADGY, returning Eurosong artist, of course. Very nice to see like a Eurosong artist come back to Eurosong. I think that's a positive thing for the selection. He's obviously not traumatized enough to not come back. So yes, he is back. I was about to say with the song Too Good For Your Love, but of course that's a 2023 entry. He's back with Run Into the Night.
Yeah.
Again, we're talking about Celtic vibes here, right? You know, different to Reylta's vibes. Her song is leaning more towards folky. ADGY's song is leaning more into that kind of EDM dance pop that we already know him for. I mean, hopefully you guys heard his interview, his really good interview with Alex and Connor, where you know, he touches on his really cool producer that he worked with, who worked with Grace Maria from last year, Stefania, winning Eurovision Song, of course, in 2022. He also worked, I believe, on one of Jerry Heil's other songs, When God Shut the Door. So, like, obviously a very talented person. So very cool that he's on this track. Like, ADGY clearly has Eurovision in his sights and he clearly follows what's going on. And quite cool as well to think that he's making those links in the Eurovision world with artists and producers and such. Because he had mentioned to us before, when we first talked to him a few years ago, that he worked with Joust from Norway. So he obviously just has those contacts. I love this. I'm really looking forward to seeing his sister's like involvement with this, because I think the focus being on the instrumentation is really going to push this up live. People in Eurovision just love a violin. You know, we've seen it with obviously Reback in 2009. We've seen it with, you know, Secret Garden for Norway in 1995. So I'm really hoping that they pull a great performance out of the bag. And, you know, ADGY, as we know, he's got his team, he's got his head screwed on. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this in Eurosong, and keep telling us in the chat what you're thinking of ADGY, guys. But Connor and Alex, what do you both think?
I really like this song. I really like this song. When the first time I heard it, there was like something special about this, and tweaked it a bit since we last heard it, and the little extra element towards the end of the kind of like the humming, or I'm not a singer, so I don't know the correct terms, but I really like this. I feel like people are sleeping on this one. I think this is one to watch. I think this needs a stage show with it. I think when people see the visual of like him singing, his sister coming in with the fiddle, violin, I think it's a fiddle, he said it was. I think that will make it. I think it's just for him, the vocal is just the one thing that he needs to focus on. Everything else, let it happen behind him. And this is the song I think that will surprise people most when it comes to Eurosong, potentially. Yeah, I really like it. I'm just delighted to see him back, because obviously the first time we've seen a Eurosong act since we started the podcast. And I love to see the journey that they go on. And fair play to him. It's not easy to come back into Eurosong. So many artists tweet away, giving out about it. You know, it's this, it's that. Fair play to him. He took it on the chin, went away, worked on himself, grew as a person, and is back now, bigger and better than ever. And gotta commend him for that alone. So I'm happy to see him back.
Yeah, completely. It also looks very favorably on ADGY, because, like, you know, there's only 6 songs make it, so it is competitive. You know, if you're talking in around 300 songs submitted, for him to be asked back again, you know, he obviously was, you know, a pleasure to work with. Like, you know, the team in RT obviously think highly of him. He obviously is showing a lot of like good potential as an artist and as an act. So I hope he takes that confidence into the selection with him. Alex, I don't know how much, because I haven't listened to the full episode, I don't know how much you talked about this on the podcast, but you kind of have an interesting relationship with ADGY or Andrew.
Yeah, like I loved Too Good For Your Love when it came out. Like I was like, this needs to go. And like we were in the pits back in 2023, if you remember. Like we were coming off the back of the heartbreaking moment of that NQ with Brooke. Like I was in the stadium that day, in the arena to watch her NQ, and like it was just heartbreaking. So it really like gave me a sense of, oh my God, like I want to help in any way that I possibly can. So I did get in touch with ADGY when his song came out, and I just like sent him a few messages, went back and forth. And we kind of just discussed different ways that he can do his marketing. If you remember, he was like tweeting a lot, which was great at the time. I don't think he needs any advice this year. He knows exactly what he's doing, which is great. Love that he is coming back, because again, it just shows like that side of him, that he's not afraid to come back. Look, as I think Ray this morning said, it was a rejection, which is harsh, but he acknowledged that it kind of was from the Irish public. So to pick yourself back up and say, look, I'm going to go back, I'm going to put my hat in the ring again, fair play to him. It's a great song, well produced. I can see some of the comments coming in. One that I did agree with is that it just might not stand out in a lineup. Again, if this was like 2, 3, 4 in a running order, would people be picking up to vote for it? I don't know if they would, unless it had really amazing staging and he was giving like proper vocal moment at the end, which would be my one worry. But as a studio track, absolutely love it. And it was the same for me with Too Good For You Love. I love that track. And still to this day is a bop. Like even at the Eurobashes in Dublin, which by the way are always great fun, they still whip out Too Good For Your Love, and everyone's dancing to it. Like it's still such a bop. So yeah, I really like the song, but it's probably out of the 3 so far that we've heard, the one that I'm not sure on. But that doesn't mean I don't like it. It just means I can't really tell how this is going to go down on the night. But I could totally see it doing really well.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think staging will be really important for this going forward. I was going to say something there, but gone completely out of my head. That's annoying me. No, it's gone.
Well, we look at
Gone.
some comments and then it might back to you.
Fingers crossed.
Poor Connor, he's having Eurosong brain.
My God. ADGY song is so painfully
I think I'd
underrated.
agree with that.
I
He's
think
been
so.
overshadowed today by a lot of other news, but I like, if this had been in like the 2022 selection, I would have been absolutely chuffed. It just shows you the elevation of the standard in Eurosong. It can only be a good thing that he's not being more talked about, you know?
Yeah. He definitely upped his game since last time. Bruno said ADGY song is giving 2015 Chainsmokers pop. I love the Chainsmokers. That
great.
explains why I love the song.
There's this is a really like technical thing for me, but there's a little instrumental part I love in the, or what would you call it? I'm not like good with technical terms musically. I'm trying my best. Do you know the part in it? And like I'd say this comes down to like the production. It's kind of like a whoop whoop in the background. Towards the end of the song,
That sounds like
whoop,
a dog a
whoop,
bit.
whoop whoop whoop. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. It really it breathes life into the song, I think is what I'm trying to say.
I remember what I was going to say.
Oh yes.
Oh, go.
2023. We obviously remember ADGY. ADGY's from a Gaeltacht region. He added a bit of Irish into Too Good For Your Love. Did it match the song? Arguably, probably some would say no, some would say yes. I would probably say no. This song, I think, towards the end, to give it that oomph, if he sang, you know, after the humming bit, if that last like few lines of "you made me feel," if that was in Irish, I think people would go mental for that and would really, really amp it up a bit. And I think it matches Irish. Like I think if you translated this whole song into Irish, it would elevate it a bit more potentially for people. So that would be my 2 cents.
Do it again.
Throw in a bit of Irish. Throw in a bit of Irish. Why not?
If you agree, guys, you should like add him on Instagram and stuff. Like he's very receptive, I think, to listening to people's opinions.
Bonds, I said I don't know if ADGY song would stand out in Eurovision. I think a lot of factors would have to come together for it to like really stand out to its full potential.
Yeah.
But I do think if it were, you know, if he were to get it right, I definitely think it could stand out.
Oh yeah.
Because there's like certain people, I don't know, maybe as Irish people we don't think it, but I feel like Europe craves this sort of stuff from us. I always remember watching Eurovision Hope reaction videos. Shout out to your former home. But I remember Katie Isles reacting to Connolly, and she said, "This is what I want from Ireland. This is the sound I think of, like driving on like the west coast of Ireland, windows down, listening to like this kind of Irish sound." And I think this is exactly what people might crave from us. You know, the granny watching in Ukraine, or you know, the granny cleaning up in Malta. You know,
and it doesn't have to be like proper diddly eye. We are leprechauns. We are dance like,
and we drink Guinness. And,
yeah,
you know,
like a simple like, you know, like fiddle instrumental like ADGY has. Celtic vibes. Sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah, just my mind, just quick fiddle, like.
Oh,
Did I say
Connor.
quick? I thought I said simple.
Clue.
Oh, that's a quick fiddle.
No,
and
no.
it's just like my mind.
No,
Sorry.
I don't think. Maybe I did. I don't know. But the fiddle instrumental he has in the song, anyway, I think is really like that. Like not indirect, but like it's a touch of Celticness, but it's
Mhm.
not like overkill. You know, like
Yeah.
I personally feel like Heartbeat back in the day, like I
Oh,
just
God.
couldn't get behind it because it was just too diddly eye. You know. But look, it's a hard one to match. I do think I agree with you though, Connor. And like even if you think of, I think I've said this a few times on the podcast, like when we would have different international friends like visiting, you know, and you bring them to places like the church in town with like, you know, the cool stained glass windows and the Irish dancers and proper pub grub and pints of Guinness and all that stuff. Like, you know, you just have to lean into that like area of our culture. Like it doesn't have to be all like, you know, I think Irish people nowadays, like we love like chicken fillet rolls, crisp sandwiches, like, you know, all that. And I love all that stuff too. But also like, you know, we have a more
Rich history.
yeah, exactly. More heritage that can always be explored. So yeah. I think it would stand out all in all. We got a lot out of that
Yeah.
comment.
Yeah, we did.
Let's see what else. Bruna said Brooks non-qualification killed me. Ian said it was
know.
then when Connor was taken off the airway. Very true. Kieran said I'd love to see 4 Irish nannies in Eurovision like what Russia did in 2012.
They'd just be ringing Joe Duffy live on
Yeah.
stage. That's all they would do. It's ridiculous, Joe.
Bren said a revamp in Gaelic for ADGY. Thinking emoji.
Did you
Yeah.
see Rose's comment? Sorry.
Let me see.
Bring back
I'll
next.
bring back next in line.
Controversial.
Controversial for some
The
people. I
way
think
you
let the lads
say-
develop their careers and then come back potentially.
Yeah, I don't think
more
that was the
modern
right
song.
time for them.
No, they were like they're still babies in the sense of the like music community. Let them go
Yeah.
off, set out shows, you know.
They're such lovely lads. I hope they
Lovely
do
guys.
well, whatever they do. They really deserve all the good things.
They really, really do. Sandra said I was slightly reminded of Coldplay in the first listen. Is that crazy? I'm guessing that's for ADGY. Coldplay?
Yeah.
Maybe. Potentially. You can like the ADGY song, but you can also acknowledge that the song isn't constructed with Eurovision in mind. Very true. This should be really easy to stage on Eurosong. You just need to make the violin a central part. Very, very true. Mihal said, bring back Layla Jane.
Okay, T.
I
Good.
wouldn't be opposed to it. Stephen said we need Connolly back too.
Oh, guys. Oh, my God. If there was like, you know, there's an all-stars of Love Island at the minute. If there was like a Eurosong all-stars and there could, oh, this is such a fun question for the chat, guys.
This is
Join
great.
in. Okay. Eurosong all-stars. Are we including like the pre-2022 years? Are we including like 2014, 2015? Yeah, let's do it. Feck it. Anytime Eurosong's been on the late, basically, who would your like all-stars 6 be? That like you'd have to have come back. They have to have participated in Eurosong previously. It doesn't matter if they're a former winner or not.
Does Linda
Mhm.
Martin count?
Linda Martin can be on
For
the
the
panel
drama.
fighting with someone.
Okay, we start with Linda on the panel first of all.
Linda and Arthur together would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was Susie? No, not Susie.
This year.
No, who was over from? I've forgotten her name. The Liberty Scouser one.
Oh yeah.
Sonia.
That's the one.
Sonia.
Like,
Eurosong
I was
great.
like, that is a-
Okay, I'll do mine real quick. Okay. Obviously Connolly, the Bambi, Brooke, oh my god, what's her woman's name? Amy, Crashing Down, who's now like becoming a bit of a pop star. Love that for her. She was so robbed. I'll never forgive Ryan Dolan for that ever. Molly Sterling. I'm literally just like listing
yeah.
Bambi and the girlies.
Was she on the Lily?
Yeah, 2015. Yeah,
The last Eurosong.
Molly Sterling. Oh, and Jedward. Feck Jedward. Yeah. Oh my god, that's a class lineup. Love that for me. Love that for
I'd
me.
go Connolly, Brooke.
Bambi.
I wouldn't have Bambi back on Eurosong. I'd internally select Bambi.
Oh,
Uh,
T.
I would
Okay.
actually really like Rachel Good. I think with like a
Yeah.
really good song, get away from that like pop diva moment. Like a country
Country
song
singer,
for her
yes.
would be beautiful.
Great shout, Connor.
Who else? I'm trying to think back.
If I took Bambi off, going by your argument, I'd put K Money and ND back in.
Yes,
There we go.
yeah.
Oh my god, great show.
6, I can't remember it was 6.
Sorry, so you said Brooke,
Brooke,
Connolly,
Connolly,
Rachel Good.
Rachel
Do
Good.
you want K Money and ND? Possibly.
Possibly,
Have them on the bench for the minute.
Have the bench. I'd have Amy back because she is big now.
Oh, and
She's
that
big
song was
back.
amazing. She should have won.
Trying to think of like earlier. Nikki Kavanagh, I really liked back in like 15 as well.
Yeah, she was floating
She
around
was
for a bit.
floating around for a
Was
bit.
she a backing singer for someone and then
a
she came
few
back?
times, yeah. And then she had a really good song and she got sick on the night of
Oh, yeah.
Eurosong.
Was it Memories or something?
Memory. I loved
Yeah.
that song back then. Oh my god.
Who was the guy that sang She's So Fine?
I couldn't even tell you his name.
I
He
think it was
didn't even
like
show up to the press there. I
Kevin
remember watching interviews.
Tina.
They're like, I think it's Alex. Is it Alex?
It's giving John Lydon.
Someone said Public Image Limited. Oh god, no. Absolutely not. Alex, what about you? Who'd be your 6?
Okay, starting lineup has to be Molly Sterling. Robbed
Yes.
Queen. We need vengeance for her. How dare Europe rob us of that place in the final? So she's number 1. Number 2, Brooke, obviously. She's going to bring the fun. We can have a nice girl bop. Connolly has to come back 100%. I'm saying Ryan Dolan. Sorry, Lou. Get him back on. I'd love Celtic bop, perhaps. I love that. I love the quirky dancing. You know, it was giving. Whatever. What else? So I'm on what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Who else have we got? If we're not including Bambi, Jedward for the drama, and then if I've one more spot, Elsha, because she, I fear, could deliver as well. Like, she was proper all-star last year. I feel like, you know, in RuPaul's Drag Race, when, you know, some of the best characters don't win, but like they're still an all-star.
Yeah.
You know,
What?
that was Elsha. She was 10.
I love Mihal. Layla Jane, Rachel Good, Janet Grogan, Owen Quigg. Owen Quigg, actually, I'd love
Yes,
Owen back.
I've seen him.
The
Amy.
original catfished by the GAA catfish.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, Layla Jane to host. Layla Jane to host.
Layla Jane to
With her
host, oh my God.
Skechers.
With her Skechers.
What a
That's the
gal.
prize for the audience, lads. That's the prize for the audience. Free Skechers.
Skechers for everyone.
Owen Quigg, I loved that song back then. Remember the
That
movie
was a good
song? That was a
song.
good song.
Yeah.
Look at the movie. Bambi, Brooke, Jedward, Elsha Connolly, and Amy for Adam G.
That's
Shout out to Adam.
decent.
That's a good one. Nikki from Boyzone.
Was he on it?
Was he on? I think he was.
Was he?
This is like
God, I blanked on
2011,
that.
maybe potentially.
Blanked on that
Can't remember that.
completely.
Alex
Saint, that was the one saying,
Yes,
she's
that was-
so fine. But he was the rapper. I don't think he was singing.
Casey
Casey
Smith. I loved her song. in
She's good, in
2014.
fairness, I
Is
just
she
like
still
the song.
around?
I actually don't have a clue. She was in that band. Wonderland. That was their called.
Sam said Amy Fitzpatrick. Please.
Guys, what do you think of the suggestion of having the 2 Johnnies go to ESC?
We are 3 very Dublin people, so
Yeah.
I'm personally.
I don't get the 2
That
Johnny
is my
hype.
worst nightmare.
I don't get the 2 Johnny hype whatsoever.
See, that's gonna be honestly, that's gonna be a Dustin case study. Like Europe, I just don't think would get the 2 Johnnies unless they fully went like the Medina route in Sweden and like did like a football type anthem. But like
then.
they can't bring their ga humor to Europe. They're just not gonna get it.
I don't
know.
get it, and I'm Irish. You mean?
Yeah,
Is it literally just because we're dubs?
I'd say it's because we're dubs. I'd say there's people from outside Dublin like, they're such dubs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sam
over my
said,
head.
"Can anyone explain what is or was Can Lane? Is that a conspiracy or?" It was basically the band and the dancers, weren't it?
It was like, do you remember Selena Gomez and
The scene.
The scene, yeah. They're the scene, Sam.
No way.
It's all a conspiracy. It's money laundering.
Next time I meet them, I'll ask them. Oh my God, Keen, have you got access to the 2 Johnnies? It's because you're dubs. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
I think
true.
that's why.
Sorry.
At least we
Bruno's-
acknowledge it.
It's not our
Yeah.
fault. We were born this way,
Yeah.
baby.
Bruna said Fire. Spyro said, bring back Mickey Joe.
So true.
Poor lad has a lot of time now. He's 8 down some of the stars. So
Jesus.
weak bleeding. First photo off and he's gone.
Could he not have waited?
I know. I live in the same town as them, Keen said. Very, very good. Sandra said, yeah, no, please don't send the 2 Johnnies. I don't get them either, and I'm from Kerry. Thank you. Very true, very true. I don't get them whatsoever, but
guys, we're probably going to wrap up soon because girls going to watch The Traders. Hope you guys are
and
all
if we
watching.
talk anymore, I fear we're going to spoil.
Yeah.
something.
Yes. So send in your final last messages to the chat. Obviously, we don't want to spoil anything, but maybe we could just say how the 3 of us are feeling about the final 3 acts
that's
coming.
so hard.
I nearly said something about tomorrow, but I didn't. How are we? Just general feeling. I'm looking forward to the reception and the feedback.
Tomorrow or Friday? Both.
On both.
Okay. Alex.
I'll say I think it's gonna pick up more from tomorrow. I feel like Bobbi, there was like big reaction and then positive the last 2 days, but a bit quieter. I think the next 2 days things will pick back up. You'll see things out in the press. They've talked about this wild card, so that's out there. And we know that's coming in the next 2 days. So I think it'll liven it back up again. What about you, Connor?
There is definitely I think there's something, and I'm not saying this is like a massive conspiracy, it's a massive big thing. It's not. But I do think there's something people don't see coming. And that excites me a little bit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll tell you afterwards.
Yeah.
I think you follow my
No, I think I get
because people have different thoughts about things, and like some of those things are right, some of those things are wrong. Obviously, I don't want to say too much, but there's something I think will be a little surprise, which is fun.
Yeah.
Because it's nice that the leaks didn't like completely spoil everything.
Yeah, and again, lads, leaks, will you shut your mouth and just let things happen? Please.
Yeah.
We all just have fun and enjoy the announcements. Yes, there's things out there. Yes, there's happening. But like, just stop leaking. Very plain and simple. Because at the end of the day, it's just not fair on the artist. Full stop. Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited to see the reaction tomorrow and Friday. Yeah, I think bring it on. Bring it on. I'm intrigued.
Is the live podcast ever going to make its way in our ears? That's kind of a funny one. We've talked about on and off.
We have it.
We have the whole thing, but we feel people like paid to come.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have put snips of it up.
If you
I
go
think in
back
the
to
future
our-
we'll put more up of it.
Yeah, if you head to our Éirevision Wrapped episode, there is segments from, I think it's Michael Keeley and Connolly's interviews that we did on stage with them, and also live performance from Mickey Joe is in that episode and online. So if you check it out there, but I don't know if we'll release the full episode because like Lou said, people paid to go there, and some stuff probably wouldn't be allowed to say in like a normal episode.
And then I guess some things like had visuals to go with it. Like we did a little like get at the start, didn't we? Where like we pulled things out of a bag and made jokes. So like that wouldn't make sense maybe to an audio listener. Kieran, why are you spoiling Niall Horan in the chat? Come on.
Leaker.
So
Leaker.
Leak.
How did you know?
That was the best one up our sleeve. Guys, speaking of live shows, are you enjoying the lives? Would you like us to do another one later in the week if we're not passed out asleep, if Connor has survived? Let us know in the chat if you'd like us to do more.
I can't believe we're only halfway through it though. Like I feel like we're nearly at the end, but Jesus, we have tomorrow. We have tomorrow's release and then Friday release. So like, oh my God, they're coming thick and fast. They're coming thick and fast.
Alex, any final thoughts before we say slán?
Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Again, as I said, if you want more of these lives, just let us know because we can do more later in the week. Maybe when everything is wrapped up and we know all the songs and we can speak freely, that would be fun to debrief. But yeah, thank you for listening. I think the next few days are really exciting. It's like Christmas as an Irish Eurovision fan, especially when the songs are actually good, as they have been literally for 3 days straight. And I think people are going to be pretty happy with the next few days as well. So yeah, what about you guys? Any final words?
I'm really proud of the three of us. I don't think we're leaking anything
No.
for the final three. We were very worried about that coming on. Yeah, just this week has been a lot of fun. Thanks to everybody. I mean, we enjoy doing Eurosong, but it's made so much better by the interaction with all of you. And just to confirm, yes, we can see the Instagram chat and we can see the YouTube comments and the Twitter. Someone was
Sorry
asking
if we missed anything.
there.
A lot of comments coming in.
There's a lot of chats coming at once, so we've answered what we can. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. So yeah, as Alex said, we'll try and get another live in towards the end of the week. We'll put up something to let you know when it's coming. Thanks for tuning
can I
in.
just shout out to Sandra? She said, I've no real life friends who are into Eurovision, so I know it's sad, but I need you. Lol. This is what we're here for. We're here for the people who don't have anyone to dissect Eurovision with. So you are part of the Éirevision community, so don't be shy.
But
Don't
like
be shy.
that
Thank you
was
so
like
much for tuning in.
all of us maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Exactly, yeah.
We've all
know?
been there, literally.
I think this is something we would have all tried to have growing up as Eurovision fans. Something like this, an outlet for Irish fans to go to. That's the premise of Eurovision. So
Yeah, and a community to be a part of.
Yeah.
And just as we were saying there, like, thanks so much for engaging with us all week, whether you've liked, shared, commented on something, sent a nice message to us or to one of the acts or whatever it is. You know, the Irish Eurovision community is made up by all of the individuals, and sure, like, Irish people, let's crack, like, just great people, great
Yeah.
time. Any final thoughts, Connor, as well before we go?
Strap yourselves in because we're only halfway there. Yeah, it's still an exciting 3 songs to come. I think people will be happy about it. Yeah, I think people will enjoy it. And of course, like, once this week is over, we have the 6. We're still only getting started with our Eurosong content. We'll have debriefs. We'll have more live streams, clearly by your comments. You all really, really enjoyed it. So we'll be doing more of those. And we also have our Éirevision Eurosong edition, our own one, where you guys can vote yourselves. So keep an eye on that once the voting opens for that. So get involved if you want to. And Lou is stroking Dustin. A photo of Dustin. She's stroking her turkey. That's really dirty.
Connor, this is how we need to stop.
Yeah, we're getting to Lulu now.
It's time to go watch The Traders, babes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much. Make sure you like, follow, share us. We're on Instagram, Twitter, X, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen.
Pinterest.
We're not on Pinterest yet, but I'm not making that because I'm sick of
Can
all
we
our
also
socials.
say shout out to Wee Wee Blogs?
Yes.
Shout
Shout
out
out.
every
We
day.
love them.
Alex, you're a
hello.
gorgeous blonde host. Alex,
Where's my
Maddie.
like comment?
It was the
like,
gorgeous
wait,
blonde.
my-
Gorgeous blonde host.
blonde.
Ah, you're fair.
Fair. Lou is fiddling with Dustin. Yeah. That's what Keane said. I didn't say it.
Guys, it's time to go.
guys-
It's time to go.
Okay, good night.
Good night,
Good
everyone.
night.
Bye-bye.